how's everyone doing? So hopefully you're here today for learning about Adobe Spark. That's what we're going to be showing today. So let me exit this part and I will start showing you Adobe Spark. Have any of you guys used Adobe Spark? You can feel free. These are kind of pretty informal situations. This is not like a formal training, so feel free to shout out, talk. It's a discussion. Anyone used Adobe Spark? No, not yet?
No.
Okay. All right. So this is the login page. You can get to Adobe Spark at spark.adobe.com. You're going to select login with school account. Okay, so ignore this side over here. Just select login with school account. You'll enter your PWCS address, and students would enter their at pwcs-edu.org address. So I enter my address. You enter your same password. You probably won't have, oh, actually, go back. You would choose company and school account. You won't actually have that option. I just messed up and have 2 accounts, so. All right, so then you would just automatically log you in. All right. So when you log into Adobe Spark, you're gonna have 3 options for what your kids can do here. They can make infographics, they can make web pages, and they can make videos. And so this is a great option for those summative assignments. You know, now that we're gonna be remote, we can't be relying on multiple choice tests for our summative assignments anymore. So moving towards more authentic ways to have students show what they're learning is what we want to focus on. And so Adobe Spark is a great tool. I'm going to show you some of the features of Adobe Spark, and then I'll show you how it ties in with Canvas, because this is an LTI available to anyone in the district. And so students can submit their assignments through the LTI, and you can grade it in SpeedGrader, which is great. So when you log into Adobe Spark, this is what it looks like. And you can just click this plus sign to start a project. And you'll see these are the options. So a flyer, also known as an infographic, a web page, and a video. You can also make branded graphics. So if you taught a marketing class, or if you were doing like a marketing unit or branding unit in English, that could be useful for you. And you can also do custom size graphics. Any questions so far? No? Okay, I'm going to show you the flyer first. So a flyer would be a graphic. And with the Adobe Spark is free for all education. And so we have like the upgraded education account because ours is like a verified school account. So you get some pretty cool extra images and fonts with that than you would in just a normal if you made one like with your personal Gmail. You also could take away the Adobe Spark branding with this kind of account. So sometimes in the corner of a video would like have a watermark of Adobe Spark, but with this account you can take that away. So the infographic type is very much like Canva. So they have some templates here you can start from if you're familiar with Canva. So let me just say I'll start from this one. I'll create this. So it gives those students that aren't very artistically minded an opportunity to start with something to then focus on the actual content part to relay their knowledge. So here maybe I'm going to make, you know, we're doing book talks. I have to make a book cover for my book instead of the one that's on the book. I have to make a new cover. This would be a great project for that. Or I have to, you know, make a public service announcement poster for a science topic or a health topic. This could be a great tool for that. So any time that you had your students make a poster, now they can do it on Adobe Spark. So I chose a template, and then I can just click on the text and I can change what the text says. Let's see. I can change the font type. So here, film festival, I'm now gonna say climate change. Done. All right. So that will change, and now it says what I want it to say. You can see that I can change fonts, and so there's tons of fonts students can choose from. They can change the size of the font, the colors, etc. So they can also change the template, click on all these buttons on the side are things they can click. So these are the templates. Then they can click design. And this is where you can create like a class brand, or students can create a personal brand. So if you're like doing an entrepreneurship class or entrepreneurship unit, you could add that branding element to it. Maybe your kids are starting a business. They're going to do that. Maybe that's the class project for a quarter, and you're building everything around like developing a business. So then there are implement the brand. You can change the layout of your poster, and you can even resize it. So if you were going to get it printed, you could, or put it on social media. They have different size things for that. Once you're done making the graphic, then there's ways to share it, and they're in the top right corner. So you can share it by either publishing it or inviting it, but you'll also see that there's a turn into Canvas button. So they could use that. So I can click turn into Canvas. And then they can select what class it's in that they want to submit their assignment for, and what assignment they want to put that in, and they could turn that in. So it's really easy for them to select an assignment, or they select one of their classes that they're in and one of the assignments, and they can just turn that in. So if you gave kids, you know, assignment, and you gave them options like, oh, you could go make an Adobe Spark, or you could go do this, you know, make a podcast somewhere else, they have a way to turn this in. Yeah, Leanne.
So this would be like really good for that first day, like make a poster of yourself and share it.
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's just how easy. They literally have to go to share button, say turn into Canvas, pick your class, and then pick the assignment you want it to be turned in for. So
I don't see the turn into Canvas button. Do you have to do something before you get that button? Because when I click share, that's not an option.
Yeah. So you have to connect your account to Canvas. If you haven't yet. Yeah. Yeah. So you have to log in at one point through Canvas. Yeah. You'll also see that there's a download button, so you could just download the image, and they could also just then upload it to an assignment, would be another option. So that is the Adobe Spark post option. That's what that is called, an infographic or a flyer or a post. Does anyone have any other questions about that option? You'll also see, I'm just gonna download. I can invite colleagues or classmates to it, so it can be a collaborative project. So if you were having multiple students work on something, they could do this as a group.
Would you be able to show us how to share, to do it through Canvas also?
Yeah, I'm gonna show that at the end. Yep, after I show all three types. Yep. All right, so I'm going to click my plus sign, and I'm going to show you the next thing, which is a web page. All right, and so web page is very much like a Microsoft Sway, if you've ever made or seen those. So I could start off a climate change, and you saw again that little blue box came up. Let's see, I'm going to add a photo. You can see that you can look up photos, so you can find free photos. I was an environmental science teacher, so that's why climate change comes to mind. All right, so I added a photo. And you'll see that every time that there's this plus sign, students can add content. So they could add photos, text, a button, a video, a photo grid. They could use this to make a portfolio over the year. They could use this to just do a single project, summarize a unit and tell me everything you know about, or, however you want to. This I think is probably the most powerful option to really do a big summative assessment on something. Again, you'll see in that share that they can turn it into Canvas. So that's an option for them. This can also go into a present mode. So if you guys were having a live Zoom, they could present their projects to one another. So that is definitely an option. And so they would just click the buttons and it would go down through the page. And they have different themes that they can pick. So they can jazz it up how they want to. But yeah, this is just kind of a detailed web page that they can build. And like the other projects, they can invite their classmates to collaborate. Because that's really what we want them to be doing, is collaborating, on things and working together. This is a perfect, hey, go into your Zoom breakout room and work, make a sway. We're gonna come back in 20 minutes. You're gonna show us your projects. And you know, that's a great way to spend that time. Any questions about the page option?
How long can that go for?
It can go as long as they want it to go.
Okay.
Yeah. And you also saw that there was a button, so they could make multiple pages and connect them together with buttons. So they could have like one base page, and then, you know, maybe that's their portfolio, and then each unit they do, they make a different page,
Okay.
and they can link them all together.
Is there a time limit?
No.
Okay.
And the last choice I'm going to show you is the video. So videos, it's not, yeah, I'll show you. So you first have to give it a title. Let's just stick with climate change. They have some kind of templates that you can start from. So if you're wanting them to like make a persuasive essay, we're going to turn it into a video, right? Something they would normally would have done a persuasive essay. Now we're going to make a video about it. Storytelling, there's a template for that. And other types of storytelling templates. And you can scroll through and see the different videos that they have. But I'm just going to start one from scratch. So in Adobe Spark Video, they can take different images, basically, and kind of, you know, collect them. They can add music. They can add audio over it. So I could have, I'm just going to say photo. Let's do that again. I'm going to find the free photos. Earth. I'll pick that same image. It was beautiful. I'm going to speak over it. Okay, it's recording my voice now. You can see it's counting up, so they can put the audio over what they're telling you. And so they can narrate their slides, basically. Then wherever you see a plus sign, you're able to add something. So text. Earth. All right, so that's my first part. I can add another, oops, and I press play. Let's see. All right, well, that's just a little preview. I didn't add very much. So then I can add another slide, basically. It goes in between there. And you'll see I can upload video. So a student could upload a video themselves, text, photo, or an icon. Icons are these things right here. So they have like a little slew of, here's Earth icon, but I could say computer. And those are just basic graphic images. So you could add any of these to a slide. So you just keep adding pieces and pieces. These video clips can only be, I think it's 30 seconds long. So they're not going to add any really long video here, but this would just be like, you know, they could have a slide and then they could have a short video, a slide and a short video. If I click the video part, yeah, the video is just something you upload. So there's not like a gallery of videos that they can add. They can change the layout of a slide or let's call it a frame, I guess, since it's a video. They can change the theme, and they can add music, background music. And so this is all like royalty-free licensed music, so they can use this. It's a good digital citizenship lesson, as you know, we're not just gonna sample any music we want, we're gonna use this music, which we have the ability, the license to use. So I can add my music. Let's see. Oh, you can upload and add your own music, but you know, that's the time to kind of talk about, you know, you can only use a 15-second sample legally, not anything more. All right, so can you guys hear the music? Yeah, so you can. have, you know, different musics with different vibes. The uplifting vibe, the warm vibe, thoughtful. There's one that's like, I think it's called intense. Oh, sorry. There used to be one called intense. Maybe that got too intense for people. Again, they can collaborate. So they can add their classmates into it. They can download the video at the end, or they can share it again, and they can turn that into Canvas. So that's the video option. Any questions about that one?
How would you recommend them if they wanted to include video of themselves, like to pre-record it on their phone and then email it? Like, I'm always looking to cut steps out of whatever we're asking the kids to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would have them use something like Loom or Canvas Screencastify or Canvas Studio to do that, and then they could download it to the computer and upload it. You know, if they're what level are your kids?
Well, fifth would be my highest, so
Okay.
it would probably be a stretch for them. So,
And there is a mobile app for all of these things. Each tool, video, Adobe Spark Post, and Adobe Spark Web, there's an app for each. So if they're using mobile devices, they can do this there.
okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So any other questions about these tools themselves? Let's see. I don't know what the library is. It actually says new. So let's just see. Oh, cool. So you can kind of create a collection of things. This is a new feature. You can create a collection. So let's say climate change. And I can, let's see if they're shareable. Yes, their library is shareable. So you can invite people. So if you were, you know, doing a big year-long group project or a quarter group project and you had lots of different elements, they could share folders of different things. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Are we ready to move into Canvas and see that integration?
Yes.
Okay. So in Canvas, you would just create an assignment. And this is an external tool assignment. So I'm imagining that since I've done this before, that is how I now have the Canvas buttons in my Adobe Spark, since I've connected them by creating an assignment before. So I would just say external tool is the submission type. I'm going to click find. I'm going to click Adobe Spark. It is going to ask you to sign in. Now I'm signed in another window, so it won't ask me to sign in, but the little sign in window would be right here, and you would click it, it would open a new tab, and you would sign in like I showed you at the beginning. So here you can see all of my current projects. I can assign a student, like I could start a video, I could go to Adobe Spark, I could start a video project. So this might be better for younger students to start a template for them. So what I could do is I could if you want certain elements to be in the project, you could have those directions, but you can also provide them a template that has those different slides and says, okay, this is your about me. So this like first week project from scratch. So we're gonna say, you're gonna have that first one where we're gonna say text, name. We're gonna do the second one. Where were you born? The next one is, oh, I guess I moved that one. So siblings or pets or rocks. All right, so you're just gonna make each slide reminding them what you want them to have on each part of this video. That's like making a template for them. Then when you would go back here, okay, you would have that video template and I could attach it to this project. And then they would open that on there when they open the assignment, and they could start from that template that you've created.
If you create a template when they go in, is it kind of like with Teams where if they edit it, it only edits for them, or does it change it for
they're each
everyone?
getting their own copy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If you don't want to give them a template, you know, if they're maybe an older student, you don't need to do that. You're just going to click create new, and you're going to decide, are they making that page? Are they making a video? Or are they making a post? And that will be your direction for what you want them to do. So I'll just attach a blank video. So I'll say select to give this a name, Adobe Spark. Okay, and save. Now for the student, what will come up is what you'll see, and they'll see, you know, I should have typed some directions in the box, like that rich content editor. I would put my directions there. So the directions would be above this. And then they're seeing, oh, I'm going to make a video and I'm going to click this, make a copy. There, it will open. They'll get a copy of it and they'll get started. And then when they're done, they'll click that turn it into Canvas button. And that's as easy as it is. Any questions?
You make this look so easy. I hope it is.
I think it is. I mean, what level are your kids, Leanne?
7th grade.
Yeah, just assign them a blank template. You don't even have to go make a template. Just assign them a blank project, a video, a page, or an infographic, and just see what they come up with.
Well, I like where you were going with the all about me. So I think that I would do the first one for them that way. And then after we read our first short story, then I would probably give them, you can do, like you had said, either the flyer, the webpage, or the video, whichever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And I think if you're going to do that, I wouldn't do the assignment with the LTI. I would just make a regular assignment. That way they could pick which tool they're going to use. Because if you do the LTI, you're picking the tool for them. So you just like make the assignment and then let them do the turn it in, the share, and then picking the assignment that you chose.
Okay, so for the first one, like we said, the all about me, it would be
the LTI, because you're going to give them a template. Yep. If you're going to let them pick, I would just choose like a file submission.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What do we see on the teacher end when a student submits something through Spark to you? Is it a link? Is it a, like, does the video show up in Canvas?
It will be in the speed grader. There may be a link to it for a video, but the images, the pages show up on the page.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. But yeah, it connects with speed grader, so it's really nice. Any other questions?
So Catherine, this is like if I'm a kind of teacher that gives a poster project, you know, for at the end of different maybe units to capture their understanding. This is kind of like a poster.
Yeah, exactly. If you previously did a poster project could be turned into any of these 3 types of projects, right?
Right.
But most likely a flyer. But yeah, this is your digital version, because now we're making everything digital.
And is Adobe Spark like one of the things in the waffle for like every student?
Yep. It is in Clever. But it does, if you go to Clever, kids still have to log in the way that I showed at the beginning. So It doesn't matter if you go to Clever, just go directly to spark.adobe.com.
Okay.
Can you say that one more time?
Spark.adobe.com.
Spark.
It's in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And also in the chat is today's attendance. So if you wanted to get that little certificate, you can go right ahead. Remember, this isn't in the ERO. This is just a collect them if you want them type situation, informal PD opportunities.
Catherine, I have a question.
Yep.
I was under the impression at some point that you could use Adobe Spark. I didn't realize what it was. Kind of like you would Cami, I guess, where you could mark up a PDF if you used maybe a
Oh,
worksheet as a background?
yeah, I
guess.
guess you could do
There a
like a
way?
flyer.
Can you show me what that how you might be able to do that?
Yeah, who gave you that idea?
Well, we don't have Cami, and we don't have a way to, I don't remember how I saw that. It was a while ago, actually. So I've been waiting for something like this to come up with Adobe Spark so I could actually see what it was. And if that was an easy way I teach elementary PE. And if there was a way to mark up PDFs easily.
So you would have to upload your PDF as an image. So you'd have to save it as an image on your computer.
Okay.
And then you would have to, a photo. And let's see, I'm gonna, I guess, find one in my computer, upload a photo.
This is quite the test for you.
I don't know what photos I have. Okay, I'll just use this. So here, I'm gonna put an image on my, great. So you would pin it to the background if you had that whole, worksheet.
Okay.
I would pin it so they don't move it. But, so I'll do that, sure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
There I go. So you would want to, let's see, I would need to do this as a custom size. So, at the beginning there was that option for custom size.
Right.
I would do that, like 8 by 10, like a piece of paper.
Right.
And then do this. So
Right.
then you did your part. Now you would assign this template to them.
Okay.
And then they could do the adding of text so they can write on it now.
Okay.
Let's see. I don't know how easy it is.
Yeah, I don't know how easy it is either. And that's,
Yeah. Add your text. Let's see. Add my text. Let's see. There we go. All right, there it is. Done. Oh. So yeah, it's like.
okay. And there isn't any way to write on it with, say, quote unquote, a pencil or anything like that. They don't have.
No, there's no drawing.
Okay, no drawing.
They can put text and icons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, icons might work too for certain things.
Yeah, they could put a star by it. You could look in this. Oh, here's a flower. Let's see.
A flower.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can mark their answer with a flower. Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
Could get some very beautiful work back.
Exactly. I would like a flower, please.
Yeah. Use the icon of your choice and see what they come up with.
Exactly.
But yeah, and so then you would assign this and choose this template, and then, that's what they would do.
That might be, I'm trying to figure out less clicks, less things for them to.
Yeah, I don't know that this is a great choice for that. So.
Yeah, no, that's okay. But at least now I have an idea of how that works. But I do like the easy submission of it all, though.
Yeah, it is an easy. Yeah, now they'll just go up here and say, turn it in.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. That seems the easiest out of all of them. All right, thank you. I appreciate your help with that.
No problem. Anyone else? Did everyone get the attendance that wanted to?
I did. Thank you.
All right, I'm going to stop recording.